Welcome everyone to the F1 alternate universe. Today we're going to be discussing the first part of a what if. What if F1 didn't add the drivers at the same exact order? What if different drivers were added in the same era like Alain Prost and Max Verstappen? Well, I won't hold you here for too long, so without further ado, let's get into it. 3. And that's lights out and away we go, folks. Here we go. Max Verstappen in the lead, Sebastian Vettel right beside him, Michael Schumacher right behind, Lewis Hamilton in fourth, then there's Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso. Seb takes the lead from Max desperately trying to overtake. Oh, they're going wheel to wheel. Beautiful racing by Max Verstappen, able to stick the move. Seb, Kimi Räikkönen causing a crash with Carlos Sainz, but Carlos manages to come out unscathed. Lando in 9th, Nico Rosberg in 8th. Lewis Hamilton is overdriving right now, going all the way up to 3rd. Max Verstappen is still in the lead. First lap. Oscar causes a collision. With whom? As for the review, he causes a collision with Mark Webber. As 3 Australians sitting right beside each other. As Mark Webber, Oscar Piastri and Daniel Ricciardo. 3 Australian drivers trying to fight for 16th, 15th and 17th. Max still in the lead of the race, clearly in control. Sebastian Vettel isn't far off. Lewis Hamilton is only 2 seconds away, so he's still in fighting distance. Michael Schumacher right behind Lewis. Fernando also in championship contention, along with his teammate Carlos Sainz. They're both amazing drivers, but there can only be one main driver. And right now, that's looking to be Fernando Alonso as he takes the move on Carlos Sainz. Niki Lauda right behind Carlos. Then we have Nico Rosberg as Max Verstappen gets a faster sector. Sebastian Vettel trying to catch up to Max. Max well ahead. Max might be pulling away. And Seb comes back a little bit closer. Lewis also closer than before. Never mind. He's fading a bit. Michael Schumacher also near Lewis Hamilton, looking for the overtake. He's closer. He's creeping closer and closer. Max Verstappen, a second faster than his previous sector, setting another faster sector. Nico Rosberg not being able to do anything in 8th. Niki Lauda is doing an amazing job defending. Alain Prost trying to overtake Pierre Gasly. Not something you would see every day. The racing legend is failing. Daniil Kvyat. He's a good driver. Sergio Perez, for some reason, is in dead last. This has not been a good race for him. Max Verstappen, still in the lead of the race, now completely in control. Seb, only a second behind him though. A time could still change. Lewis, still in fighting distance. These 3 are at the podium right now. Fernando, fastest sector, beaten lap by 0.2 seconds. Beaten Max Verstappen by 0.2 seconds. Kimi Räikkönen, if he does not go faster, will drop all the way to 16th, all the way down to Mark Webber, because of his 5-second penalty. Felipe Massa is not performing like he should. He is having an off race right now, as Max still leading the pack. He has the fastest lap, and he's in first. Are we seeing a 2023 version of Max return? Sebastian Vettel still right behind him. The two Germans in championship contention, Michael Schumacher and Sebastian Vettel, with Nico Rosberg possibly also being in the championship fight if he wins 2 more races. Max Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, Michael Schumacher and Fernando Alonso are your top 5 right now. Max showing high-speed cornerings even under pressure. Sebastian Vettel catching up a little bit, then going back down. I don't know what's going on, but there seems to be a problem with his car. It is not pushing as much pace as he would like it to, as he's getting left in the dust by Verstappen. And something needs to change fast. It's either a pit stop or a change in strategy, but he needs to go faster, as this race has not been a great one for him. He knows he can go head to head with Max, but he just can't in this race for some reason. Last season, we saw him go head to head for Max for the championship, as Niki Lauda stealing the championship from both of them. But Niki Lauda, the current world champion, is not performing like he should either, dropping all the way down to 7th from his usual dominance. Nico Rosberg should be right on par with Lewis Hamilton, as we saw last season, but he isn't. He isn't putting as much pace, even though they're an equal machinery. And that's it. Max Verstappen is in the final lap. As long as he doesn't crash, he should be able to maintain this lead. Showing insane high-speed cornering. Beautiful racing by Max Verstappen. Sebastian Vettel, 3.4 seconds behind. Lewis Hamilton, 3 seconds behind. Michael Schumacher, 5 seconds behind. Fernando Alonso. Max Verstappen gaining back the fastest sector from Fernando Alonso. With Oscar Piastri also having a 5-second penalty, he would drop all the way down to Daniil Kvyat if something doesn't change. 21st for Oscar Piastri, an amazing racer, but he got a 5-second penalty while crashing with Mark Webber, which was not the best move, but it happened, so he can't really change anything about it now. But what he can do is race faster, as he's right beside Felipe Massa. Max Verstappen leading the pack still, going down the last few straights. Sebastian Vettel still right on his tail, Lewis Hamilton and Michael Schumacher, then Fernando Alonso. Top 5 races are extremely talented, and in an alternate universe has all won at least one world championship in real life. Or should I say an alternate universe. Carlos Sainz, about to cross the finish line, right behind Fernando. Niki Lauda not performing like he should. Nico Rosberg as well. It's Kimi Raikkonen also crosses the finish line right behind him. Kevin Magnussen and Charles Leclerc are also performing quite well, even though they are in mediocre cars. Alain Prost underwhelming drive, as Oscar Piastri finishing a whopping 15th with a 5-second penalty, meaning he will drop all the way down to 17th. To Nico Hülkenberg. As that's it, we now see the podium celebration. Max Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. They are our celebrants for today. These are the driver standings right now. Max Verstappen in first, Sebastian Vettel in second, Lewis Hamilton in third, Michael Schumacher trailing Lewis, Fernando Alonso 5th, Carlos Sainz 6th, Niki Lauda 7th, Nico Rosberg 8th, George Russell 9th, Lando Norris in 10th, Kimi Raikkonen in 11th, Charles Leclerc 12th, Kevin Magnussen in 13th, Felipe Massa in 14th, Oscar Piastri, Mark Webber, Nico Hulkenberg, Pierre Gasly, Daniel Ricciardo, Alain Prost, Daniil Kvyat, and Sergio Perez. There's all of them are right here. Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel 1 and 2 as some of the only teammates to have a 1 and 2 ever. Here we are again in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. This is a fast-paced track, so don't blink or you'll miss it. Lights out and away we go! Max Verstappen, pole position, Sebastian Vettel behind, Lewis Hamilton in 3rd, Michael Schumacher in 4th, Carlos Sainz in 5th. Carlos Fernando having a bit of a tangle. Fernando overtakes him for a second, unable to stick the move on Carlos. Niki Lauda waiting to pounce. Nico Hulkenberg gaining a position as his teammate Lewis Hamilton is in the podium if he manages to maintain his position for all the way throughout the race. Sebastian Vettel is chasing Max Verstappen for the championship, these two teammates turning into rivals as Sebastian Vettel is slowly fading, but he is not a slow driver, so he's still in this race. He won't go down without a fight. He's hunting, waiting to pounce on Max Verstappen. Verstappen, even under pressure, keeping his cool, not straying from his line. Aggressive as usual, but with nobody to overtake. I think Max will put up just fine, as his usual weakness is his patience. But with nothing to be impatient about, he should be able to maintain his number 1 unless something shocking happens. He's the clear favourite to win the championship right now. Lewis Hamilton in 3rd, keeping his position, not too far from Sebastian Vettel, but not too far from Michael Schumacher either. Nico Rosberg right behind Carlos Sainz. Carlos obviously defending masterfully, able to keep the one-time world champion in an alternate universe behind him, even with a slightly worse car. Nico Rosberg trying to pounce on Carlos Sainz. They're going side by side, and he is unable to stick the move. Nico Rosberg again going side by side. Nico Rosberg again unable to stick the move. Max Verstappen gaining another fastest sector. He's winning the race in a somewhat dominant fashion, once again like we saw in the last race. Nico Hulkenberg is not performing as people thought he would, all the way down there in 18th. Daniel Ricciardo, all the way down in 22nd. Nico Rosberg, again, trying to catch up to Carlos Sainz, hoping to get that spot in the top 5. Nico is waiting patiently, like a shark waiting to pounce in dark waters. He has to be patient though, as Niki Lauda, if he makes a mistake, is right there waiting to pounce. They're right there. He's right there, right behind him. Sebastian Vettel gaining a fastest lap, taking a point away from Max. As Sebastian Vettel overtaking, trying to overtake. It's no use. They're going side by side, wheel to wheel, and Max loses position. Sebastian loses a position. They're side by side. Max loses and takes back the first place. He's trying to keep his reign of terror and dominance over this race. Sebastian Vettel nearly overtaking him, having to defend well, having to put up an amazing fight to get Vettel to back off. Vettel is still close, so if he messes up now, he can pounce straight into first. Nico Rosberg still right behind Carlos Sainz. waiting to pounce. You can hear the screech of his V8 engine. Kevin Magnussen, right there, staying his ground, behind Niki Lauda, but in front of Kimi Raikkonen. Max still keeping that first place secured. With only 2 laps remaining, Sebastian Vettel trying to take the inside lane into the turn. Sebastian Vettel takes first from Max Verstappen. Sebastian Vettel taking back first. Intense pressure on Sebastian Vettel and Max Verstappen. If they make a mistake now, the others are waiting to pounce on them. Sebastian Vettel comfortably leading. Never mind, Max Verstappen coming back. It's like he's a wild stallion, going so fast. He's going rogue on his teammate, keeping the pressure, not caring. He's being impatient, he's being aggressive. It's Max Verstappen trying to overtake once more. They're going side by side. Seb keeps his position. Max going through. He goes through. Sebastian Vettel trying to maintain his position. They're side by side. Max taking the lead by a little bit. Max dropping out in front. Max and Seb still right next to each other. They're both trying to win this championship and trying to bring home the Constructors' Championship as well. But right now, they seem to be more focused on that Drivers' Championship, as they are fighting each other for the points, trying to get in each other's way just to win the Drivers' Championship. If they crash here, this could put their Constructors' Championship at risk of being taken by Ferrari 2.0 or by 7.7. Because Imperiality Valor's championship, Constructors' Championship, is far from guaranteed, especially with all of these talented racers on the other teams. Max still in the lead, trying to shake off Seb, but he's not going down without a fight. Sebastian Vettel trying to catch back up to Max, but he is right now unable to, as Max Verstappen still keeping a comfortable lead. They're about to finish the race 1 and 2 once again, as Sebastian Vettel trying to catch up to Max. Max, he's right there. If he can overtake right here, and that's about it. Max Verstappen, get your championship rings ready. Get your championship wings ready, as there's only 2 races to go. Max in the lead. Nico Rosberg setting the fastest lap. Kevin Magnussen finishes in 10th. That's about it for the race. Daniel Ricciardo disappointingly in 22nd. Finishes the race right behind Sergio Perez. Max, Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton on the podium. Michael Schumacher, Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Nico Rosberg, Niki Lauda, Kimi Raikkonen, Kevin Magnussen, George Russell, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Felipe Massa, Oscar Piastri, Alain Prost, Nico Hülkenberg, Mark Webber, Pierre Gasly, Daniil Kvyat, Sergio Perez and Daniel Ricciardo make up the rest of the grid. Get your championship wings ready, as there's only 2 more races to go. Max getting first twice, Sebastian Vettel getting second twice, Lewis getting third twice, Michael getting fourth twice, Fernando getting fifth and then sixth. So Carlos takes a sixth and then a fifth. The Constructors' Championship, Imperiality Valor getting away with it by a wide margin by 46 points, and 7-7 is behind by 46. Current race, right now. This is it. Growler Aquatic only scoring 3 points, Sukhoi only scoring 2, Gunas only scoring 1, the rest 0. Imperiality Honor, Imperiality Valor sister team scored 36 points, Ferrari 2.0 a disappointing 34. After a beautiful drive last season, getting both the Constructors and the Drivers' Championship with Niki Lauda, we have now dropped to just 4th in the Drivers, in the Constructors, sorry. And that 2 drivers, 4th, Michael Schumacher in 4th, and Niki Lauda at a disappointing 7th. This is our grid for now. And that's what I think would happen in the first parts of the season in this new simulation that I made in the game Monoposto. You guys should go check it out, it's a pretty fun game. See you guys in the next one, bye!